I'm here with Steve Nicholson, Chief Football Writer of the Derby Telegraph, after the Rams' 2-0 win over Brentford. Steve, your thoughts on the game?
Well, deserved win. First home win of the season. Always good to get that out of the way. We've waited longer than we expected to, but it's in the bag now. And actually, Derby have taken 13 points from the last 15. That's a terrific response. If you remember before the previous international break, they were struggling a little bit. They couldn't get a win. But since then, they've reacted really well, and I say 13 points from the last 15, beaten in 5, super stuff, and moved up the table. The table's looking a lot healthier. I know it's very early still, but it's best to be up there than not. As I said, deserved win, played with real tempo, real purpose, got on the front foot. That's what we really want to see. It's not always possible to do that, of course, and it's more possible probably at home than it is away from home. But there's 2 or 3 changes today, and Jeff Hendrick came in. I thought he added real purpose to the team in midfield. Bradley Johnson I thought was excellent again, and with George Thorpe behind them in that midfield 3, it worked well. Chris Martin put them ahead. Cyrus Christie got down the right. He played almost like a right winger first half. Cyrus bombing on all the time. Now and again his delivery needs to be worked on, but he whipped in a really good cross. It's difficult to defend those crosses, and Martin was there to score. And then a lovely move, really, sweeping move. George Thorpe, Jeff Hendrick, finished off by Tom Ince. That was an excellent goal. And 2-0 at the break, really given the way Brentford's confidence is, given their recent run of form and everything that's gone on at the club there. There was no way back from that. Brentford, they dug in second half, but Derby had opportunities second half. They could have scored another 2, 3 or more goals. They were a little bit open at the end. We got a clean sheet, but there was 1 or 2 scares at the end. 3 clean sheets in the last 4 games is very good, and I say Paul Clement and the players can feel very pleased with the last 5 games.
When the team sheet came out, one of the first questions was no Darren Bent in the squad. I know you spoke to Paul Clement about that. Yeah,
and to be fair to Paul Clement as well, he answered the questions on it. Not an easy subject to deal with. Darren Bent, if you remember last week, Darren Bent came off the bench, scored Derby's second goal, which in theory was a winner against MK Dons, even though Tom Ince had a late one. He was stuck in traffic today. He arrived late. He arrived before the team sheet went in, so Paul Clement could have changed it if he wanted to, but Darren Bent arrived late, according to Paul Clement, and he decided not to put the striker in the 18. Anyone can arrive late anywhere. I mean, ourselves, when we're on the road covering matches, there are times when we think, oh dear, get stuck in traffic. Anything can happen on the roads, as we know. So, it's kind of harsh on Darren to an extent, but I like to see the manager, cracking the whip, if you like, to call it that, but kind of saying, well, no, sorry, this is, the time to arrive. You're not here on time. We name the team, we name the subs. And, Paul Clement's got to show that he's the boss, he's the manager. And he showed today with Jacob Butterfield, £4 million deadline day signing. He left him out and brought Jeff Hendrick in. He left his skipper out, Chris Bird, today as well. And last week at MK Dons, the score was 1-1, and he took off top scorer Chris Martin. So, he's not afraid to make those decisions, and that's what a manager's there for. As I say, it's tough on Darren Bent because that can happen to anyone. But the manager has the final say, and he decided to leave him out of the squad.
And finally, just the latest on a couple more injury worries today.
Yeah, I noticed Jason Shackle first half. He wasn't comfortable. He looked a bit upright, and it was his back, I think. How he did it, not too sure. It may have been when he made a really good block first half. We had some treatments at half time on his back, and he came out for the second half. But after 10 minutes, I think he probably stiffened up again. So they took him off and put Ryan Shotton on. And Bradley Johnson, who I said I thought was excellent, and he's settled in really, really well since he signed for Norwich. He got a dead leg, so they brought him off as well. You can't really risk that too much. But as I say, Bradley Johnson from his day, along with Jeff Hendrick, really drove Derby forward. And the second half was so-so at times. They could have done a bit better on occasions. But 2-0, I say, first home win of the season. It's a good afternoon.